And I'm going to turn my camera off now because I don't know how to multitask and I don't want to be looking at my face. All right.
Okay. Loading screen share. Okay, I see it.
See? All right. So,
Yeah.
so I've really been focusing on, not focusing on, but I really have been nurturing the email, not doing just emails. But I find that with so many Keller Williams agents calling, saying the same thing, we didn't talk about this before. I just think that, we got to start leveraging email and going to where our customers are. So just a few tips that I got here on emailing. Of course, you got to use the email combined with phone calls and other types of contacts. The second tip is something that I'm really enjoying. When you are emailing, it allows you to extend your lead generation hours. So for example, I've been getting up at 5 and starting my expired lead gen at 6, because you shoot them an email, you shoot a business person or an executive, or if you think about the clients, most of these people work and they're getting up. They haven't been bombarded yet with email and text and phone calls and their schedule. So the response rate at 6 o'clock in the morning has been good.
Right.
So, I mean, even if you're doing it at night too, or on the weekends or whatnot, it really doesn't matter what time you send an email versus when you're calling, you can't call past, certain times. So if you're looking for space to expand your lead gen, email would be really good if you're not able to get those contacts in during the day. It's really an excuse now, we're saying, okay, I'm going to email people individually. Of course, there really isn't an excuse to not get your contacts in. Let's see, don't send bulk emails, don't include images in your email, and don't include hyperlinks. Those are all things that, that gets you past the spam filters. So they should be, like I've been talking for the last couple of weeks, plain, simple, direct, and to the point. And then with your subject lines, of course, when you're sending people you don't know email, you got to get them to open the email. So I've got a few tips there on your subject line. No questions or question marks, no spammy words like free, this offer, all caps with dollar signs, stuff like that. That'll get you sent to spam. And try to keep it between 3 to 6 words, short and sweet. Not a lot of exclamation points. And then I've got some example subject lines before that you can use. The ones that I love right now are quick question and checking in. People respond. It's like, yes. The quick question, are you looking to sell your home? That's working well. They're saying yes, no, starting a conversation. And then the follow-up email, of course, is checking in. Checking in can work for anybody. It can work for someone that you know. It can work for someone that you may not have met already. So I love those two so far. Those other ones, I have not use those. I think hoping to help is a good one down at the bottom.
Okay.
Hoping to help, I think that's a good one. If you've got a referral, you can put, John told me to call, you give your call. And yeah, I haven't tried the other ones, but I think that they're good. Some of them I got from like
social media.
This book I've been reading. Some of those I just haven't tried. So,
is that book you told me about?
Conversion Code?
Dad, I was trying to figure out the name of it, and I could not remember for nothing.
What I'm doing is Conversion Code and Fanatical Prospecting, both of those. So I'm pretty much just like this morning, I went directly in Fanatical Prospect, and I went straight to the chapter on email, text, and social. And then Conversion Code, I have that in an ebook. But yeah, so that's where both of these are. It's a combination of those.
Okay.
I'm not going to read anything else. Like, I got all these books and classes, and like, I'm not reading anything else right now. Those are the two books that I'm reading, and I'm going to keep going through them until I feel like um, I've exhausted what is in the book.
Gotcha.
And
Okay. Makes sense.
gotten all that can get out of them. In the sales meeting this morning, they were talking about Ignite scripts, and um, I just think that again, you got hundreds of agents calling the same people saying the same thing.
Hmm.
I'm not understanding. Well, I know some people are converting, I guess. I don't know. I just think that it's time for a different approach.
Right.
Because in the sales meeting this morning, they were talking about, when you talk to someone, ask them, where are you moving to and what takes you there. That's what everybody said.
Right. Exactly.
So, yeah, I'm sending this document to you now.
Okay. Cool. Thing.
Email messages, um, same thing. Keep it short, sweet. No iMessages like I was on MLS and saw that your home expired and I would love to meet with you. That
Hmm.
doesn't that doesn't um that doesn't resonate with the seller. Like that doesn't have anything to do with them. Um, of course, it's got you want to address the client's unique needs. I'm not sure. Let me type this one in here. It was one I read this morning. It said something to the effect of, I'm not sure if we would be a good fit. Let's get together. Let's get together for 15 to 20 minutes for you to tell me about your unique challenges. So that's different, right?
Yeah.
That was what I read this morning. So that one's different. That's saying, okay, I don't know if if it's a good fit or if I can help, but let's get together to see, so that you can tell me what your unique challenges are. So if it's an expiry, you can get together and tell me, what your challenges with selling are, and we can see if it's a good fit. And then it went into does Thursday at 3 p.m. work for you?
Okay.
What else? So there's the one. Are you still looking to sell your home? How about next Thursday at 3 p.m.? Don't put the burden to schedule on them. The checking in, the email goes first name. I'm checking in. Do you need anything from me? That one's been really good after the holiday. And then I put when we last spoke. So yesterday, what was yesterday? Monday. So yesterday it was,
Monday.
I'm checking. Yeah, I'm checking in. Do you need anything from me? When we last spoke before the holiday, you mentioned that you were still interested in selling your home. So, so that one was good. I mean, I didn't get an appointment, but I'm getting a conversation. So I've got to do better with getting the appointment. I'm happy that the conversations have started. So again, just got to fine tune the asking for the appointment, or how do you go from where we are with checking in and whatnot to the appointment.
Okay.
Social media tips. Social media is really easy because you have a whole lot, when you're calling expires or for sale by owners or people you don't know, or even people that are in your database that you're not connected to on social media, you don't have information. But when they're on your social media, you have all of their business. You've got everything that you know about them. So you can talk about things like, new marriage, new baby, the new year, the holiday, the birthdays. It's so much stuff. If you just take 2 minutes to look at somebody's Facebook page before you shoot them a message, it's really easy to start a conversation. And I've got to get through all of my Facebook friends. I've been saying that for like the last 8 months. But really just research just a few minutes, pull information from recent posts, tailor your messages to them, like and share some stuff, engage on their page before you reach out to them. And then there's really no script to the social media. You're going to script it based on what you see on their page. So, for example, I had this girl yesterday, day before, they had reached out to me last year about moving, but they wanted to rent. And I mean, they were doing a luxury rental, I think like around $4,000. So I reached out. She's pregnant. So I was like, hey, you know, how much longer do you have? Whatever. She's like, oh, I'm due tomorrow. I'll go to the hospital, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's great. And then let me see exactly what I sent her when I asked her about the sale. And they're moving. I missed them, but the moral of the story is, what did I say? I said, lucky you, congrats, I'm right behind you. Are you all still in Hampton? Any plans to move this year? So she says, thank you. Yes, we're actually moving next month. We're moving to Eagles Landing Country Club. So I started the conversation talking about the baby and then switched it over to, where are you guys moving to? Are you guys still looking for it? So, again, I missed them, but that's an easy conversation that I can log a referral maker and actually count that as a contact because I talked to her about, real estate. Another message I sent, it was just like, hey, Corey, who do you know looking to buy or sell a home that I can contact? That's for people you really know. Text tips. So, of course, with texting, you don't want to be texting people you don't know. Include your name and company at the bottom of your text just in case people don't have your number saved. And the same thing on text. No, not the same thing on text. Same thing with text. You can use a number of things to segue into text messaging. Holidays, birthdays, something you saw on social media. What I've been sending out, Happy New Year. I'm checking in to see what real estate or business needs I can help you with this year. So I shared that with you as I come up with more scripts, or if you come up with more scripts, you can let me know. But definitely try to start using other methods of contacting people besides phone calls. Something else Fanatical Prospecting talks about is building up familiarity. So if it's somebody that you're friends with on Facebook, send them a LinkedIn, send them requests on other social media. And that way, when they hear from you, they've seen your name several different times.
Right. Okay.
So I'm going to start doing that with LinkedIn, and the expired listings. I had another guy at 800,000, the Mercedes-Benz guy. He got a contract over the holidays, so that one went to hell. But
really?
my mom, 800 in Dunwoody. So he said he got a contract. But we had a good conversation going and things were great. So I told him, I asked him if it was okay to still keep in touch. He's still somebody that I would want to have in my database. Right. He was an expired in Dunwoody. So that's all I have. Do you have any questions or?
I do not.
You do not?
I do not.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well.
Good stuff.
I'm trying to think what else. Oh, have you been seeing, no, never mind. You're working on your database. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. So, I will talk to you tomorrow. At 8. Okay. And that's all I've got.
Okie dokie.
All right. You have a good one. Bye.
All right. You too. All right.